Hi, guys. We are on the show Craft Ed. And tonight, boy, it's been such a long time since I've got to do one of these.
It has.
The last 2 weeks have been crazy. We tried to do one from Florida or from Texas, but the thing I wanted to make, we couldn't find anywhere between Tennessee and Texas because I needed a thing to do, like to add what I wanted to paint. And I don't want to give too much away because I'm going to do it next year when the supply train ramps back up and we're back to normal. But tonight we're going to work on the globe again.
All right.
Yep. And, whoops, don't want to knock my tea over. And we're also going to talk about Aquachella and stuff, like what James and I just got back from. I mean, everybody might still have questions. Good time was had there. I want to show you guys what kind of like happened last week or last time we got to work. I made these ovals and they're going to go like on the front like that. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Oh, well, let me ask before we switch over to this and you get into that. Did you want me to say the hellos to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I know you had mentioned it because I know that'll segue into the rest of the show there, and we will not get back to it. I do also want to say Ed is far away from his screen, so if you have a question for him, if he'll tag at Fishroom Fever, because I'll be in the background watching the chat and doing commentary, I will read those for you, whereas Ed probably won't be able to see it. All right, let me do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome from the participants list. It is great to have you here. Alec Kumanoff from Energy 165, Biscotti Nanya, Collaboration of Curiosity, Standing in Aquatics, Delilah's Critters, Dennis Christensen, Fish and Shrimp by Rich Garcia Aquatics, Glitch Aquatics, Hillbilly Aquatic, IHSPS's Tank Tribe, J-Rock Does Stuff, JFK2, Killer Kitty 08, Liquid Zoo, Only Fins, Lisa NJ, Lonnie aka Looney Tunes, M&C Aquatics, Mary Beth, Mike's Aquatics and Things, New Local Austin, Patty's Petite Tanks, Positero, Pet Zotics, Richard Reynolds, SC Catahoula, Scary Terry, Skull Aquatics, Stephen P 2003 Aquatics, Texas Fish Room, Whips World, and Xanadu. To everybody else that is in here hanging out, appreciate you watching. I just went off the participants list, so sorry if you didn't pop up there, but thank you for being here nonetheless. And real quick, Bird Garden says, Uni title, you win with $10 super chat. So, Rock, Bird Garden, thank you so much for that super chat. Support my buddy Ed here.
Now, what did he say I won?
He said, Uni title, you win.
Oh.
That is all of the message there, my friend. That being said, I'm going to hide this hideous mug right here. We're going to turn you over to Chattanooga Ed for Crafted. Who? Oh.
Okay, guys, just to get everybody back up to steam or back up to par, like whatever it is that you do to get back in touch. I am making a diver bell fish tank. And let me show you what a diver bell. And so far, we've had a lot of downfalls, but we're not going to give up. So I'm making one of these, but the fish are going to be on the inside. Okay? So you guys may remember I tried to do air dry clay, didn't work. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to paint the glass and add the bonus stuff on with hot glue gun. And then I'm going to just keep adding stuff as it goes. But so I had to come up with how am I going to make this frame right here, to go around the hole, the porthole. And so I said, well, I'll use oven baked clay. And I did it during Rico's stream. I made these last time on my stream, and then I baked them on Rico's, and I forgot them. So don't leave it in for like an hour. But I remade it. So that's this. This is 20 minutes. This is an hour of this. So, yeah. Now, this stuff is Sculpey oven bake. It is safe for the fish tank to go inside the fish tank. This, though, project is going on the outside of the fish tank. But if you do something for the inside of your fish tank, make sure you properly cook it. Don't cook it too long, but cook it completely. And then it'll be safe for your fish. So let's see. That is going to go on just like that. And then I'm going to use hot glue to glue it in place. And once it's all glued, all these pieces are glued together on the inside. Like, I also have two small ones for the outside. Once these are glued in place, then I'm going to start painting it. So, yep.
You've got our friend Priscilla with Swiss Aquatics dropping a $5 super chat with a paintbrush emoji for you.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm actually going to be using sponges probably on this one, but I really appreciate it a lot because I can always use more paintbrushes.
Absolutely. Priscilla, thank you for showing some love and support for my buddy Chattanooga Ed there.
Yeah, and congratulations, Priscilla, on the new job. That's awesome.
Indeed, congrats.
Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna. The trickiest part is gonna be getting the thing to not fall off while I'm working on it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, that's
well,
how it feels, right?
While Ed is getting that staged out there, so we got 68 people watching. Looks like 39 thumbs ups on the most recent update on my YouTube page here. So if you haven't hit that like for Ed, do me a favor and do so because he's a great guy and he deserves it.
There we go. Okay, let's see how that goes.
Richard McCarthy would like to know if you're going to fill that flex behind you, Ed. It's so pretty.
Yes. My friend Sean Peck has asked to do that, and he wants to make a video doing it. And how do you say no to an awesome guy like that? And he's so good at scaping. So, yes, as soon as I get a chance, the last couple weekends, I've been out of town. Honestly, it's just been really crazy.
Now, Sean Peck, is he a YouTube guy? Has he got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he's the famous YouTuber that everybody loves from Knoxville.
Oh, Peck Tech. Yeah, I've heard of that guy, I think. Yeah, no, Sean's a really good guy. I'm looking forward to doing some more projects with him. Killer Kitty 08 with the $2 super sticker with that cute little smiley fox there. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling it a fox. Sorry, Zen. Thank you so much.
And I don't get to see what it actually looks like.
You don't. It's got a huge, like, Cheshire cat grin to it. It's really cute.
Well,
you get to see it when you go back and watch the chat again.
And I will. I definitely will. Now, the thing with this stuff is I'm just going to take a razor and anything that I don't want, I'm just going to cut right off. So it will all come together real easy. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue around it. And I really like using hot glue guns because they're so easy. If you make a mistake, you can just peel it off.
Absolutely. So Richard Reynolds says, enjoyed meeting Ed at the ALA in Florida. Surprised you knew where Freeburg was.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, Freeburg was my old hometown rival, and it turned out he used to live there. So I was Columbia High School, and he was Freeburg. So we were football rivals. But he left before we got to play football against each other. I'm trying to remember where he ended up. Oh, he went down to Florida, I think. Which, pretty cool to live in Miami area or anywhere in Florida. I'm not for sure if it was Miami or where in Florida, but pretty cool. Now I've got like all these cobwebs. Crazy. But yeah, that ALA was so much fun, guys. I learned so much there too. And I met some friends there, which was kind of surprising because a lot of those type of guys are people that don't really Well, my experience in fish clubs was I love fish clubs, but when I was a young man, the fish clubs really, the old guys kind of don't like you as much. I shouldn't say that, but they don't really treat the young kids good. I don't know. That's probably not. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but everybody down there in Florida was super nice. I'm really glad that things are kind of changing from how they
Absolutely.
used to be.
So what Ed's referencing, most of you all are familiar with the old guard, as a lot of people like to call them. That's the people that have been in these clubs for decades, the people that have been running the show for decades. And they're not always necessarily open-minded to the next generation of fish keeper, or the social media side of fish keeping, the YouTubers, the TikTokers, the Instagrammers, the Twitterers. So I know the tweeters, but it's refreshing that there is some of that changing. Not necessarily so much that the old guard is out, but partially some of them are out, and partially some of them are realizing that there is definitely a broader view of fish keeping than there was 20, 30 years ago. And there are a lot of other platforms that are bringing people into the hobby and maintaining people in the hobby. So it's nice to see some sort of at least acceptance from those people versus the
And
grumpiness.
yeah, I had one guy apply that I was only there to make YouTube videos and was like, oh, great, I'm going to be. And I was like, I didn't even make any YouTube videos. I was there to learn because I love live bearers. I truly love pretty much all the live bearers. And so it was so much fun learning all that stuff. But I mean, you're always going to get a grump here and there, I guess.
Well, and I would have been there to make YouTube videos. Not that my videos do well, but it would have been for the fact of sharing with everybody that didn't get to go, because that's always my main standpoint when I go to one of these events or any event, is to try and share it with the people, which is why I do the live streams from the events. It would do better for me strictly from a YouTube analytics standpoint to do 0 live streams from the events and do a very quality, nicely edited video than it would to do a lower quality 720p live stream. But that doesn't give me the interaction with the people. It doesn't give the people at home quite the in-depth experience that a live stream does, where they can sit there and as you go by, they can go, what's that fish? And you can turn and go back to that fish and zoom in, and you can ask questions of the people with booths live as people in the audience are asking the questions versus them going to a comment section and going, well, what was that? And you going, well, I don't know. And I can't ask now because I'm gone. And it's, 2 weeks later. So I would have been that YouTuber jerk that was there, for YouTube, but it's because I enjoy bringing you all along and trying to immerse everyone in those experiences. What's going on, boss? Good to see you in here again, my friend.
ALA, though, is quite a bit different than like Aquachella in the fact where sometimes, I took a lot of little classes, and sometimes it's kind of disrespectful to videotape everything that somebody does because they may want to keep selling like themselves to other clubs with the same message. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, you can't videotape everything. I mean, even at an Aquachella, we don't videotape just us chit-chatting at a table, hanging out and all of that stuff. But you can still bring part of the experience. There's always going to be aspects of anything you do that shouldn't be put on the internet, so to speak.
That said, Aquarium Barn, Mike Howell, the guy I went down with, he made a really good video. And I saw some of it, and I can't wait to see more of it because Mike's a great guy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he made.
Absolutely. So MNC Aquatics had asked, I'm sorry, MNC, I saw it, and then I got distracted, was asking what you're using for the base for this particular tank that you're working on.
Okay. Like, what's it going to actually sit on?
I suppose that's the question.
I'm actually gonna probably get like a log from the log pile outside. And then I'm going to end up making a front, and it's kind of the collar piece for the diver's bell, like this thing. But I'm probably going to make that out of a form of plastic I can melt and bend. And like this one, it's just a metal piece that's been like welded on. Mine's going to be the same way. I'm not worried about necessarily a circle. So, but that's what like the chest piece is going to be. Probably corrugated in plastic.
That'll be very, very cool. Stephen P 2003 Aquatics was saying, I want a mobile streaming setup like James had and then shove it into every old fart's crotchety face. Yeah, so I did see you commented somewhere else wanting to get with me. I say this knowing that you are a member. At least I think you're a member, Stephen. Now I'm second guessing myself, but I was pretty sure you were a member on my channel. I would like to do a stream this Saturday for the members only. If you all are interested, I know we've got a lot of the Fishroom Fever members in here, so just let me know in the chat because I'm watching. And we can do like we had discussed before, not just talking fish, but talking YouTube, talking gear, talking stuff like that. Because I did have a lot of people that, and again, I don't think I'm anyone special, but I have spent thousands of hours researching YouTube and gear and stuff like that. But I wanted to open it up for the members where we could talk about that type of stuff. If you all would like to do a live stream this Saturday.
That sounds great. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be there.
I know.
Yeah, it's I can't believe I was finally going to have a weekend off because there's so many things I want to get done in my fish room. And it's just not happening. I'm currently building a second fish room, and I can't even get into it. It seems like yesterday I had vertigo. It's really strange. When I was younger, I used to get lots of migraines, and when I'd get them, I'd get real sick and throw up. And I was talking to my mom about this today when I was taking her out shopping. She said she had the same thing, and now I still get migraines, but not as many. And I don't get that sick. But I get vertigo now. And she says she's the same way. So I inherited that crummy gene from my beautiful mother.
I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. I know I texted you the other day and you were feeling rough. Let's see. Killer Kitty 08 says, is Ed still going to do the Stonehenge tank or have you and I missed it?
No, I am. The problem is I haven't been able to find gray. I need a block of gray sculpey oven baked clay, and I haven't found it yet. Right now, there's like a big shortage on this clay, and I need about a pound to finish because I only got a half done. I did 1 pound and had to quit because I ran out. And if you buy it in the little bitty packets like this, that's not even enough for one of my Stonehenge things. So,
oh yeah,
that's going to cost me quite a bit if I go that route. Well, it's a little off. This side is much closer than that side. But you know what? I don't think it's going to matter when it's up on the shelf because you're going to look at it straight on.
Absolutely.
Anybody can kind of see how it's coming together. I'm going to spray paint the top, black. But right now, I'm going to paint all this white black, and then we're going to hit it with the copper color tonight. So, James, what did you get while you were there?
So I will gladly answer that. But real quick, we've got a couple of questions and comments in the chat. Let's see. Liquid Zoo Only Fin says I made him Fishroom Fever. I missed the context on that because I got behind. But Liquid Zoo had also asked where that beautiful tank came from earlier when we were talking about it. Paul Stero says Ed needs to find somebody that's good with a CNC machine or a 3D printer for the base. Ed prefers to craft that stuff, I think.
I do, but I do want to buy one of those because I want to make miniatures. And I would rather craft miniatures with those and paint them that way because that would be so cool. You know what? I still want to put some more glue underneath here before I let the glue gun get too cool.
MNC Aquatics, I got your picture on Facebook. Those are beautiful fish. They really, really are. Thank you for sending me that. Liquid Zoo saying before 1 p.m. Yeah, so I did throw it out there in the chat. You all let me know what time Saturday you think would work well for you. I don't want to get it too late because other people stream Saturdays, of course. But also for those of you that know my schedule, I usually sleep. I go to bed in the morning and then wake up in the afternoon. So, but I can adjust my sleep schedule accordingly. Like I am tomorrow, I've got a meeting at 7 a.m. Regarding Aquaticon. So I can always make adjustments and do it early afternoon if that's what you all would like. Roll on through here. Xanadu, what's going on? My buddy says, I'd love to hear you and Stephen P. 2003 talk YouTube shop / equipment, etc. Yeah, so I'm thinking for that Saturday stream, I'll probably make it open panel, I guess, if you will, where we can bring people up and discuss, especially since Ed won't be there and nobody just wants to sit and look at my face. But I think it'll be fun, and I think we can all learn from each other, kind of like what we do when we go to the fish events. All right. Got the highlighted questions and comments. Yes, it does look like 343 Guilty Spark. Yes, absolutely. So what did I bring back from the event? That was the question, correct, Ed?
Yep.
So in terms of livestock, I only brought back some guppies, endlers from LRB Aquatics, lrbaquatics.com. And a bunch of plants from LRB, like a bunch of plants from LRB. So I'm actually working on Escape right now. I've got the rock and the wood pulled out, and I'm playing around with it. I've got to build a stand for the tank. It's actually the tank that came home with me from Aquachella, Orlando. For those of you that remember that, I was gifted that beautiful rimless 45-degree angle corner cut low iron, perfect for aquascaping tank. I think it's 18 inches by 18 inches by 18 inches. Beautiful cube. So I am working on the scaping video for that. It's going to be using the plants that came back from LRB at the Dallas show. I haven't 100% decided on the stocking yet, so I think I'm going to hold off on even mentioning that. But I want to try and get some contrast going and make it look pretty for you all. So I got some fish and some plants. I have to get something from LRB every time I see them.
Heck yeah.
And then I got a couple of T-shirts, which for those of you that know, that's kind of my thing when I go, is for the T-shirts and the things of that nature.
I love the T-shirts too.
Yeah, I mean that's part of my favorite thing. So I got several T-shirts. I didn't get a Texas Fishroom shirt. No, I'm just kidding. I got
didn't know your size.
A keychain, medium husky. No, I'm just kidding.
What does that mean? Is that a extra large?
No, it's an old joke. I wear medium husky. No, I wear a 2X. I'm going to be working on that, hopefully. Hashtag life changes, right? I got a couple of keychains, couple guppy keychains. Gave one of those to my buddy Ed there. I got some stickers from Mike at Aqua Pros, which is also where the keychains came from. So I got like a blue shrimp sticker and a pleco sticker and axolotl sticker for Mrs. Fever. Let's see. I did get finally the axolotl socks and an axolotl bracelet as well for Mrs. Fever. I got 2 free water detectors I'm going to be doing a video on. Leak alarms, if you will. So they were given to me from some people that were there. I'm going to do a video on those. We're going to see how well those work. And they weren't given to me with the intent of doing a video. It was just simply the guy was giving them out and handed them to me. Probably had no clue who I was. He was handing them out to a lot of people. So it's not like a sponsored video or any influence on my opinion, but I was given them, so I'm going to do a video on them and let you all know about them. I did get a handful of stuff from Sarah, which is one of the things I didn't get to talk about. Sarah ONIP tabs and a couple other things.
Sarah's so cool.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting because I did, for those of you that don't know, that weren't on that live stream, I kind of went up and walked up to him and just called him out straight there on the live stream, which is not normally my style, but I felt on behalf of everybody that was watching that it was the right thing to do. And I kind of told him, hey, you switched to the nature formula and we don't like it. Kind of stinks. And we wish you hadn't done that. To which he replied, well, we've reformulated the new formula, so the nature series, the nature line. Well, we've done another formulation, and it's much better. It's more like the old one. And he's like, you should buy it and try it and all that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a shot at some point. I'm not just going to go out and buy it just to buy it. And you awesome people that were in the chat at the time suggested that I walk up and ask them if they had a sample. And I appreciate you for that because I'm not the person who would typically just ask for a sample unless I have that type of relationship with you already. So case in point, Extreme, which I do still have this stuff to give away here. Now that I'm back in town, we'll have to figure that out. But you all mentioned it. So I was like, yeah, sure. I'll walk over there and ask him. I was like, hey, audience wants to know if you've got a sample you can give me and I can report back to them on my thoughts of the reformulated version. And they did. And then I turned around and was filming something else on the live, and they walked over with a handful of different foods and stuff. So we're going to have a video on that coming out. We're going to try those things out. As I mentioned before, I've got some footage of the old ONIP tab. And then I'm going to get some footage of the newest formulation of the Nature ONIP tab. And I'm going to let you all judge for yourselves, along with my commentary on if they have stepped their game back up or if it's still a lost cause. Let's see, what else did I get? I did have another booth, and I don't have their information. It'll be in my Aquachella video, my edited video. Gave me some free fish food and some free water conditioner, plant fertilizer, nano plant fertilizer. I think that covers it.
I got my first frag ever from Michelle and Marina. They were two awesome people. I don't know if Michelle's here or not, but got to meet them, and I've talked to them before just in the chats. So that was really cool that they gave me a frag. And unfortunately, James has got to hold it for me right now. So how's it doing, James?
I'm going to tell you it died so I can have it because it is gorgeous. No, I'm just kidding. It really is beautiful. Like once that thing got in there and opened up, and it's opened up even more today, it is an absolutely beautiful coral, Ed. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Well, we're going to name it Michelle.
Oh,
do people name their squirrels?
I mean, you can. That is entirely up to you. The Zen Ginger did say to tell Ed that the 1 pound gray Super Sculpey firm clay was showing available at Hobby Lobby's website if you can't find it anywhere else.
Maybe that's what I'm going to have to do is order it and then have them take it to my store. Because my stores have been empty.
Absolutely. Mary Beth saying, I have the Govee leak detector. They work well. I got an alert at work. Awesome. Yeah, so I did. The ones that I got, they look like a blue hockey puck, and they do hook up to your Wi-Fi so that you can get alerts on your phone anywhere, which is super, super cool because that's always nice to have that peace of mind when you're out of town, especially when you're going on long trips like Ed and I tend to do from time to time. Let's see, Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics says, I did a time-lapse video a while back and found that the new reformulation is in fact better than the old original. Hopefully they're still yielding consistent results. I hope so, Stephen P. And that's good to know. And I'm going to have to go look at your video to make sure mine doesn't turn out like yours, just so that I'm not ripping you off. But I'll have to go check that out. I honestly don't think I saw that one, Stephen P. But I'll definitely go give it a look.
I've got spider webs all over the place now. And it's not spider webs, it's just the whatever this stuff is called.
So Atkins Nature Aquarium says, what kind of coral? Soft coral, LPS, SPS, which is large polyp stony, or soft polyps, or small polyp stony.
It's a little one. A little round one.
So, well, that's the thing is it's actually not. I need to send you a picture, Ed, because that's the base of it. That's the stony part. It is a large polyp stony. Um, I don't know exactly what the coral is. I need to take a picture and then reverse Google search it so I can find out. Because I asked Ed and he wasn't aware of what it was. So I asked the lovely ladies that gave it to him, and they weren't told what it was when it was given to them. So I'm not entirely sure. There's so many hundreds of coral variations, it's hard to keep track, especially when you're not as heavy into that side of the hobby as I used to be. But I'm definitely going to have to get some pictures, and I'll probably get some clips of it for the next saltwater segment.
And if it looks like it's more of a boy than a girl, we can name it Bronco because she loves the Broncos. Just saying.
There we go. Very nice.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what color it is or something. I don't know.
Hey, GRB, good to see you. Garcia Aquatics, how's it going? Says, I'm the gentleman that you took the picture of my logo. Very cool. Very, very cool. There were so many awesome people there. That was just a wonderful experience in Dallas.
Yeah, it really was. It was a lot of fun.
Liquid Zoo OnlyFins says, will this make you ask Ed if he is jealous of Danny's stalagmite? Will he be making a larger one?
Good point. Danny and Kenny, the Daniken duo, were amazing on Halloween. They were amazing. They dressed up like Rico and me for Halloween, and I laughed so hard last night. James and I were at the sports bar, and I couldn't hear anything they were saying, and it was kind of making me sad that I couldn't do it. I wasn't able to participate live, but that was so nice of them. Oh, I just whistled. That was so nice of them to be us, and I really like how everybody thought that they were calling Kenny like all different other things too. It was funny, but yeah, Danny, I never looked as good as me as she did of me, if that makes any sense. She was the cutest me I've ever seen. You still there?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading a message while you were talking. I was letting you.
Oh, no.
It's the best way for me to not interrupt is to read things.
I was like, I don't know if I'm alive.
Yeah. So, Stephen P was talking about his video that he'd done, and then Monica Lynn mentioned asking aquaballs what the coral is. I may do that, but honestly, I could just take a picture on my phone and reverse Google search it, or I can ask my guys at the LFS while I'm up there tomorrow. But I appreciate that thought, Monica Lynn.
George is an awesome guy.
Yeah. The money of salt kind of scares me. Retirement dreams. It can be pricey. It definitely can be. But you can do some really beautiful setups that are a lot lower budget than I think a lot of people realize you can do them for.
Yeah. Once you guys see mine, it's going to be very low budget. Really. I mean, it's going to be all like low end frags or things that I just get because people give them to me. I'm not going to put much money into it at all.
Right. So, like, I've got the 20 long setup because I changed from the 5-gallon spec to the 20 because I needed more room for corals. And I honestly wanted the stability that you get with 20 gallons of water versus 5. But I swapped to that, and I've got a canister filter on it with a spray bar. But the spray bar is submerged, so it's not creating, micro bubbles and things at the top. I've got a light on it. I don't have a lot of high-tech equipment into it. I don't have a protein skimmer on it. I handle that with water changes. I buy my salt water pre-mixed, so it's got the minerals and stuff in it. There's really not a whole lot going into that tank. It is very much a low-budget coral tank. Even the corals themselves, most of them I didn't pay more than $3 for because I got them at Aquachella, Orlando, after the show was wrapping up, and people are breaking down booths, and it's like, oh, here, these were $20. You can have them for $2.50 a piece. I'm like, give me that whole tray. So, you can definitely get some deals and things. And again, I think it's one of those, you get to choose kind of what you put into it and what you get out of it, but you can have a beautiful experience in saltwater without going bankrupt. Enough about salt. Let's see. Roll on through here. Where was it? I see a lot of salty talk. I'm not trying to turn yours into the saltwater stream. I'm sorry, Ed.
It's all right. I don't mind if that's what the people want to talk about. I made a short with Stephen P. And it was super cool because he has this amazing Guppy song. And I had him play it as he drove me over to the hotel from the wherever we were. And if you guys, I love it, but maybe it's boring to other people. But man, I had so much fun. It was cool. I'll just say that.
Absolutely. So let's see here. I was trying to find there was a comment about Dallas. There was Scuba Stevo's said, I bought a parrot cichlid, I'm going to read it as is. I bought a parrot cichlid on the plane from Dallas. They had to swipe my hands for residues. I was assuming it was crazy, wicked experience. Yeah, you never know what you're going to have to go through when you bring fish on planes, Scuba Stevo, but I'm glad you were able to get some stuff and take it back with you, and it was awesome to hang out with you. And I appreciate you offering to help me out with the camera crew support and whatnot. That was very, very kind of you. I ended up not needing it because I didn't get to do a lot of the things I wanted to do in terms of filming. But nonetheless, I appreciate your offer, my friend Scuba Stevo.
Can I tell you something that happened to me that made me very mad today?
Nope, we're muting your mic. Yeah, sure, go ahead, buddy.
I went to FedEx to ship some fish, and FedEx wouldn't let me ship the fish. And I'm like, you guys let us ship fish all the time. I have shipped fish through you guys before. And they said, no, fish are hazardous. And I was like, no, they're not. The TSA allows you to bring a bag of water as long as the fish is alive in it. And I showed them the fish was alive. And they're like, we don't know. That could be hazardous chemicals in there. I was so mad. So he gave me this paper, and I was supposed to go to some hazardous company and have them check the water before I could send it. And I crinkled it up and threw it on his page and went over to UPS, and they were like, fish, that's cool.
Yeah, I've had that experience at the post office back when I was shipping, and I was using USPS, and even using the same location. I have a different employee one time refused, and I had to take like 14 packages that day that were set to go out, all fish. And she's like, we can't ship those. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in here every single week. Go ahead and get the postmaster out here from behind his desk because you're going to ship these fish. So I can completely understand. Sometimes it's the ignorance of an individual that, I'm just going to quit there. No more quotes tonight. We're going to leave the quotes out.
We're going to be giving them a really nasty review or review like I do when I get mad.
Absolutely. So there are a couple of comments I'm going to grab. But before that, I want to say a huge thank you. Timothy Darling, $5 super chat says, hey, Ed, how long do I need to let my blue dreams rest between acclimating them tank to tank and back?
Cool.
Ed wasn't listening. So, yeah, there was a question in there. How long do I need to let my blue dreams shrimp rest between acclimating them tank to tank and back?
As long as you're acclimating them, I don't think it matters, does it?
It shouldn't matter a whole lot. I wouldn't be swapping them out tanks or water parameters every day. I'd try, honestly, so if you're moving them back and forth tank to tank, I personally would try to set a week in there in between. Just because shrimp can be a little bit picky about water parameters, specifically water parameter changes, but that's personally me. Especially something like blue dreams, I tend to be overly cautious with my blue dreams versus my cherries. If it was cherry shrimp, I'd probably say, yeah, you're fine, go ahead and do it. But the fact that it is blue dreams, especially if you've got a really nice line or a really expensive one, I try to give my blue dreams a little bit more leeway versus cherry shrimp. And I know that sounds bad, but you know.
But I don't know why you'd want to just move them around all the time.
Not sure. I do not know. I simply asked the question. But nevertheless, Timothy Darling, thank you for the $5 super chat for my buddy Chattanooga Ed there. Very much appreciate that.
If it's just like, maybe it was like wanting to move them into a cooler looking tank or something.
Yeah, or you could have been rescaping a tank. So you pull all the shrimp out. I'm going through that process right now where I'm moving some tanks around and doing some new videos with new aquascapes. So I'm pulling shrimp out, moving them, and then they're going to be going back. There's a lot of people talking salt. One thing I will say, because I saw a mention of starting out with nano tanks, you're definitely going to have a little bit easier time the larger tank you go with. And we discussed that in the tank size episode of Simple Saltwater over on the Fishroom Fever channel. And not to plug that, but we literally spent an hour talking just about tank size. So if you're interested in tank size talk for saltwater, that's a great place to go because you've got a good bit of experience in that chat, not just from us, but also the people that were in the chat as well. So just understand, just like with fresh, the less water you have in there, the larger your parameter swings can be. If you think of how much dilution you get from putting a tablespoon of something into 5 gallons versus putting a tablespoon of something into 20 gallons, it's a vastly different dilution level. So just keep that in mind. You can definitely do nano salt, but I don't know that a nano is necessarily the easiest for someone just getting into salt. Not that it can't be done, but just be aware that you're going to have to watch parameters a little bit more closely. Go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say I did get a piece of art. I got the one goldfish from Multi-Tank Addiction, Chris. He has this one black moor that I absolutely love. I think it may have been Dee Dee's from down the wormhole. Actually, I think he was commissioned maybe by her to do her fish. But I have always loved it, and he gave me a copy of that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe that was Dee from down the wormhole's goldfish. I believe you're correct.
Oh, did I say Dee Dee?
You're fine.
I talked to Dee Dee so much.
Right? Daniel Velez had a very good point, and that was if you have good habits in fresh water, you'll do fine with salt. Absolutely. And then there was mention of, where'd that setup go? Where did it go? I've lost it. I've given up all hope. I'm never finding anything. Atkins Nature Aquarium says, I've got a 10-gallon soft coral reef tank with a hang-on back and a wave maker, auto top-off, and a Nicrew marine light. I would say it's pretty low budget. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot easier to do than what it used to be.
Now, I did spend money on a decent filter. I bought a Tidal, and I spent about $160 on my light for my tank. So those were two investments.
Richard McCarthy is asking how much the premix salt water sets me back. It's $1 a gallon. I go to my local fish store, I can get it for $1 a gallon, which by the time you factor in buying the salt, buying the container to mix it in, having the additional wave maker or head to go in there and stir it up and keep it stirred up, and then the space it takes to set that stuff up, it's not. It is worth it for me to go and buy it. Full disclosure, my local fish store takes care of me on stuff like that because they're a huge supporter of the Fishroom Fever brand. But they charge $1 per gallon. Yeah, and it's close. They're 3 minutes from my house. I've got more jugs than I will probably ever take up there. I've already got 12 5-gallon water jugs for that stuff. So I just take some up there, load them up, do what I need to do, and then I already have it mixed and ready to go. I don't have to buy the salt. I don't have to fool with the mixing, and it just makes life that much simpler for me. J-Rock Does Stuff says, what is Ed making? It looks like a scuba helmet.
Oh, thank you, J-Rock. That made my day.
We are looking to show you. Helmet. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I thought you were going to grab that miniature and show them. But yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So glad it looks that way.
I saw 2 pretty cool costumes with diver bells there. People that dressed up like old-time divers, and they were both really good. And it gave me other ways to do this. Whoops, you still there?
I'm still here. Are you still here?
My phone or my earphones are beeping like they're about to go dead.
Oh no. Pegasus Arena, which is probably gone by now. Sorry, I got to it late. Says, gotta head to bed. Please check my message on Facebook Messenger, and I'll see y'all later. Definitely. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it probably has to do with guesting on your show again, which I would love to do. So we'll get that set up now that I'm back in town. We'll have to arrange it to where Ed's got some time to do it now that he's going out of town for the weekend once again. So probably give us a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'll be out of town. I'm coming back Tuesday, so I won't be in time. Doggone it. Man, I just want to be at home. Oh well. I hope I can get I've got like these lockers from my old place that I used to work, and I want to use the power washer on them to clean them up real nice and put them in the new area, the new fish room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I officially lost sound. I can hear you over here now. I'm going to take the earphones out. Do I sound all right, guys, or do I need to put earphones on?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Awesome.
So we did have a question from Glitch Aquatics. Can you have coral but no fish? Yes, you absolutely can. I, in fact, have no fish in my setup now and had done it in the 5-gallon nano. One cool thing that you can do, not necessary, but very, very fun. If you're into shrimp and things in the freshwater side, you can get some cleanup crew, different crabs and shrimps and things of that nature, and snails, and add those. Just make sure that whatever you're buying is going to be coral friendly for whatever coral you have. But you can add some movement and some additional life to the tank via some different invertebrates and things without having any fish in there. So those are really, really beautiful, fun tanks in and of themselves.
You know, it was really cool hanging out with John Oliver. He came up and hung out with you and I on our live stream.
He did. That was a lot of fun. That was very educational.
Yeah, and I consider John an expert guppy guy, so it was pretty cool to be able to pick his brain and stuff. So that was pretty neat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Timothy Darling clarified. I feel like I'm one of those like 50s or 60s movies. Timothy Darling says, I'm moving them from city to city and back. So I guess taking them out of town for a show, bringing them back. In that case, I would say you're better to go ahead and get them acclimated into their tanks at the house as soon as you can, using safe acclimation processes just to get them out of that travel water, as I like to call it, because that travel water can go bad quick. So I would suggest if you've taken them out of town and you've brought them back into town, just go ahead and get them reacclimated into their home aquariums.
And, big shout out to TN Aqua. He was so cool. He rebagged the guppies I bought. I got some guppies from Jadrin Aquatics. And they're a guppy line I already have. I just wanted to add some new DNA, just to make mine a little stronger. And he just took it on himself to rebag them and make sure they were extra healthy. So
that's really awesome. Cool. Absolutely. Sorry, as you know, there are about 14 different conversations going in chat, so I'm trying to figure out the us and the stay out of it conversations. I love it though. Let's see. Delilah's Critter says, shout it out, James. Who's supporting your saltwater? That would be Aquatic Marine. I'm staring into the camera like you all can see me. That would be Aquatic Marine in Knoxville, Tennessee, my local fish store. They're huge supporters of the channel and my hobby / fish keeping habit. They help me keep the fever.
Yeah, and Kenny Parrott is an amazing, awesome guy. I think he's a really good guy too.
Yeah, so Richard McCarthy says, nice, $1 per gallon seems very reasonable. It is, and not only that, but it's very, very, very quality water. And what I mean by that, Ed, you've seen his system that he uses for their water.
Oh my God, it's gigantic.
He's got a massive system installed for purifying that water. I haven't tested every single source available, but given the amount of equipment and investment that's put into it, I always feel comfortable saying that it is the purest water you will find in Tennessee in terms of what you're buying for your tank. So he offers RO, RODI, and then a salt mix. So if you're going in for the RODI, you're getting pure water. And then that salt, of course, being mixed in there is adding the stuff back to it that you need for your salt tank. So I don't have to worry about anything bad being in there because it's a great source and it's affordable, like you mentioned. Garcia Aquatics, have a great night. See you're headed out. Ricky DeHoyos, how's it going? Ricky says, hi guys, I've been lurking. Just wanted to thank you again, James, for going to say hi to Primetime Aquatics. I really do appreciate it. Ricky, absolutely, my friend. I appreciate the super chat. That wasn't necessary, but thank you so much for that support. And I'm glad I was able to track them both down and get a hello for you while we were doing that live stream.
They are two of the nicest people in the world. I really like Joanna and Jason. It kills me that their new live shows on I don't know why I keep whistling. It kills me their new show is on Wednesdays because that's kind of the day that I take off, and now I've been spending it always with my mom and dad. Since my dad had the strokes, we try to play games every Wednesday. So
yeah, I need to actively try and get to theirs more often. Now, I do want to say that again, through hanging out with them at Aquachella's, relationships are formed with people that you get to go to these events and hang out with. You will, in theory, be seeing me in a Primetime Aquatics video coming soon. So I've got to get that footage filmed and sent over to Jason, but he's an awesome dude. There are a lot of us that are doing a collaborative effort to start a series on YouTube, and we're going to be starring in each other's videos, so to speak. So John, KG Tropicals, Jason from Primetime. Of course, I'm sure Ed's going to be involved in these. Myself, we're going to be doing a lot of appearances in each other's videos. So that's going to be fun. And hopefully that series branches out and more people get involved with it.
For sure.
Oh, hold on a second. There was a question. There it is. J-Rock Does Stuff says, can you ask Ed? I notice he's using hot glue for adhering something to glass. Will it stay with temperature fluctuations of the glass?
I believe so. I'm using so much. I'm actually using it as a gap filler. So, like, I'm using it. See how I'm doing that? It's going to be a gap filler. I'm using a whole lot. And then I'm going to paint it so it looks like, see how the sides there? You know, I'm going to, it's the gap in the middle. If that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense to me. Monica Lynn says, where are your cats, Ed? Can you call them over so we can see them? My cat Cocoa Puff is a hero. He meowed and led me to the sump pump that was making a burning electrical smell.
Ooh, he is a hero. I
Very
don't know
much
if Nico
so.
would do that. Nico right now, he's sleeping upside down next to my feet. And he's got a big boo-boo on his nose because baby cat took a chunk of meat out of him today while they were wrestling. I guess she got tired of wrestling or he got a little too aggressive. And he has a big old red scratch across his nose. I don't know where baby cat is.
You do have another $5 super sticker coming from Timothy Darling. It is your favorite karate fox.
Oh, I love that one. Thank you so much.
Timothy, again, thank you for the support. Very much appreciated.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And one thing was a lot of fun. I was the guy who was like reading all the chats and stuff on the Aquachella channel. And one thing is a lot of people are kind of like, they really just don't want to do it because a lot of the creators don't like doing live streams. Now, like James and I, we do them all the time. But like Boss, he doesn't do them very often and stuff. And so they don't like to Or, well, let's use Sean. Oh, I did it again. Did you hear that whistle?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I keep whistling through my teeth when I say do S's. But Sean doesn't do a lot of live streams. And people weren't really asking questions. So I was just making stuff up on the fly. And I had so much fun saying stupid stuff.
Well, and you did a great job of it. You really did.
I'm good at saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, he is. Ed is the master of it. But no, you and I, we both got our start, so to speak. We've always done live streams, so for us, it's nothing new. But it definitely can be different for somebody that's not used to putting themselves on live, or somebody that produces quality edited content to go up there and just throw caution to the wind and not be able to edit out the ums and uhs and bloopers. So I always salute anybody that's willing to take that chance, if you will, of doing something out of their comfort zone and going up on a live. Do you have a light change?
My power just went out.
Well, that's not good.
I've been gone for 2 weeks, so I set all my lights up on all my fish timers on lights, and the timer went out or shut off. So, do you mind going to your screen and talking to people, and I'll go and try to do this? Like, I can do this, but that's not
sure, buddy. Give me just a second.
Let me turn this off. I don't know why this is even on. But
we're back.
That's cool. I'm gonna go try to figure out where the timer is. I did it like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, good luck. And I did see your question in there, Bunny Viper. I'll ask that to Ed once he gets back regarding the paint and the hot glue. Absolutely. Hey, Bird Garden, good to see you. But yeah, I am looking forward to some of the offshoots that are going to come from getting to go to Aquachella in Dallas. Met some new people I hadn't met before, which brings up some opportunities for some collaborations that weren't there before, getting some people to come on the stream. We talked to Boss Aquatics about doing that. Lots of other people. And as you all know, that's always been kind of my thing, is to have people up on the live streams and talk to them and do interviews, if you will. But it's not even so much about doing an interview. It's about, sorry, my green terror's rubbing on the substrate. I want to make sure it was fine. It's about just hanging out with those people and sharing that experience and sharing it with you all live and getting to y'all's questions and comments. Get back through the chat here. All right, got that locked in. One thing I will say, no, I'm not. I'm going to hold off. I was going to talk more about Aquaticon, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to bite my tongue until that gag order is removed and I can speak freely. So I'll share something else with you. I thought it was really, really cool that Brett from Tanked said that he would come on and do a live stream on the Fishroom Fever channel. Never would have thought that would have happened. So, very, very cool that we got that opportunity. There are a lot of people that I'm looking forward to getting on. We kind of strayed away, if you will, from doing a lot of interviews just because at one point nobody was doing them, and then everybody kind of went to doing interviews. And so it was kind of tricky to not have the exact same content you were already seeing. We're all fish fans, and we all love seeing, the fellow YouTubers, but nobody really wants to see the same person interviewed 4 times in 1 month and ask the same questions, which is why, I love the things that all of you all do, but I love the way Rico does his, is because it's a kind of outside of the box look into the person interview versus the typical, what's your favorite fish and what's your favorite plant and what can I put in a 10-gallon? He goes outside of that box, and that's part of why I thoroughly enjoy what Rico does. But I'm really looking forward to getting into a lot of the collaborative efforts that have stemmed from being able to go to Aquachella Dallas. Welcome back, Chattanooga Ed.
Yeah, I found it. It was in the kitchen. It was like I had 2 long extension cords going all the way to just my 200-gallon tank. And so but I plugged all this other stuff into the power strip that goes to my 200-gallon tank. Now, one thing I've heard some people asking about, I don't know what Bunny Viper quite said, but I'm going to lacquer this whole thing once it's done, and that's going to give it a really good seal too. I don't know if that was a question.
Well, let me go ahead and read Bunny Viper's question. So Bunny Viper says, how is Ed going to paint the hot glue? What type of paint?
Oh, I'm just, I already tested it, and it seems to work. I'm just using this apple barrel. Oh, can't go too far because there's no light there. The apple barrel jet black that you get for 79 cents at Walmart. Everything is going to be coated with that. And then I'm going to go over it with this really nice stuff. It's a really nice kind of a copper look, aged copper. So that's going to go over the black. And then I've got a tarnish to rub over that to give it this, so it's not all new and shiny. It'll give it kind of this old look. So I'm going to use that to tarnish it all up. Then once all that's there, it still has potential to scratch. So then I'm going to lacquer it. And it won't scratch once the lacquer's down. Because the lacquer will be a real thick, clear coat. If I don't know if that answers the question or not, but
I feel like that was a good answer to that. All right, let me get my chat back because I lost that. Push buttons. Push buttons. HSPS's Tank Tribe says, does Ed know that he can get colored hot glue sticks?
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm if I was maybe for some other thing I might do that. But for this project, it's just a filler. And I'm just going to go with the black. But I did not know that they made colored glue sticks. That's pretty good. I tell you, though, I wouldn't use this glue gun. This glue gun, I have to squeeze really hard to get the glue out. I have another glue gun here that's really easy. But it's I don't know where it is. But it's the smaller sticks. And I'm almost out of small sticks. So that's why I'm using the big sticks. And the big glue gun.
You can even get them with glitter in them.
Oh. Well, you can make fun stuff with with hot glue guns. I used to do a lot of hot glue like with my plants in my fish tank. Back when there wasn't LEDs, I would hot glue I would buy plants and I'd hot glue them to rocks and stuff and then bury them. So I wasn't using like the stupid plasticky things that they were giving you. If that, I'd have fun with it.
We had a couple of at Chattanooga Eds here. I'm trying to go back and catch the stuff that was highlighted to you. Paul Stero says, Ed, as long as you can sell it, people will believe it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I've sold so far 2 mistakes on this thing, so who knows?
And then Ricky De Hoyo says, Ed, I think you're an awesome producer, and you're also cool, too.
Oh, well, thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that.
Bird Garden says, lots of cool people here reminded me to hit the like button. Yeah, absolutely. If you're hanging out here and you've not hit the like button for Chattanooga Ed, do me a favor and smack that thing.
I got a whole bunch of stickers of racks of his old river life. They were like, well, we can't give out these stickers anymore because he's not this channel. And they were like, what should I do? And I said, I'll take them and maybe I can give them away or give them back to Rack. But I bet you he wouldn't mind me just giving them away because they're like old history. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not old history, but you know what I mean. They're part of the Rack history. Because now he's bird garden and pond life.
Vince Olshev says, "What is the inspiration / motivation for making the quote unquote Big Daddy character Scuba Steve helmet?"
Here comes Nico. Oh, he wants up there. Go jump. Or maybe not. I've always loved these things, man. I've always absolutely loved them. I've always wanted to get a great big one, but I never wanted to invest the money because they're pretty expensive. If anybody sees one at a garage sale for a cheap price and they don't want it, they could still buy it and mail it to me, and I'll send them money for it because like $50 or something. But I just don't want to spend the hundreds of dollars that some people pay.
Absolutely.
Sean Peck, he has one. His dad bought it for him, and he tried to wear it once, and it almost killed him because it didn't have the air being pumped into it. Kind of funny.
There was a comment. There it is. Delilah's Critters. This is regarding glue sticks. Ed, I know you do the same trick I do. But Delilah's Critters says, "I hate when the glue sticks start getting useless and you have to push it with the next one to get it working again. There's got to be a better way." There's not necessarily a better way so much. You're still having to push it, but there is a technique that I like and I've seen Ed do many times. And that's where you actually heat the new glue stick, heat the tip of it on the end of your glue gun, and then when you push it through, it melts to that useless glue stick that's being pushed forward, so you don't have to fight to keep it pushing. They become one glue stick essentially.
Yep. I was gonna try to do the copper, but I think we're going a little late tonight. So I think I'm gonna there's this stuff called green stuff, and it's not called green stuff. That's what my friends and I call it. When we make models, sometimes the like it's like a guy's arm and he's holding a sword, there's a gap between the body and the arm. And it's a clay that you mix two parts, and it's like a putty. And you can pack it into the holes and get it really nice. You like pack it real tight, and then it dries hard. I think I'm going to use the green stuff, and I'll find out what it's actually called. But I'm going to green stuff all the way around these, probably later tonight. I wish Rico was going because I'd do it on his show. But and I'm going to make it look real smooth because I don't like how this glue gun is just got bumps, ridges all around it. Let's see if I don't know. So I'm going to scrape but you can see how it's all bumpy on the side there. Like right here. All this. It's bumpy. I want to make that real smooth. So I'm going to go in with a putty and see how it's bumpy there. I'm going to go in with a putty and then make it real smooth. And that putty just gets real hard, and then you can paint right over it. So I'll paint right over it, make it look like it's coming out with a real sharp edge. And then I might use the other glue stick because the other glue gun, I really like how it makes things look like little welds because it's really detailed. This big one, you really have to squeeze hard to get it to come out. It's kind of a drag.
Absolutely. Killer Kitty, have a great night. Killer Kitty said it out. Got to get at least 3 hours of sleep before work. Yeah, definitely get some rest while you can. Appreciate you hanging out with us so late.
I don't so many fun people. I mean, we met Mississippi Hippie. She was super cool. We met 503. Of course, Mike, New Austin, Texas. Stephen P. Oh, I shouldn't have done this because I might forget somebody. But John Oliver, he was amazing. Posiwi. Kevin.
Freaky Fish Lady?
Oh, Freaky Fish Lady. The last day, on Sunday, her costume, she had like a black shirt, and she had like the not Paula Abdul, the Janet Jackson. You remember that CD she had with a guy like holding over her chest? with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she had a shirt like that, but they were skeleton hands. And I thought that was so funny, and I wanted to tell her, and I never got a chance to. So Freaky Fish Lady's here. That was really funny. Man, oh gosh, this is going to be terrible if I forget someone.
You started.
I know, it's my fault.
But while you're thinking,
I've already met. Oh, Mr. Witt. Met him. Oh, Michelle. You know, I met her. That was fun. I mentioned her earlier. Boy, there's just so many people, and I apologize so much if I missed someone. Gosh, but that's the neat thing, is getting to meet all the new people and do these things. I encourage everybody to come out to at least one someday, and hopefully there will be one closer to your house if they're all far away. There's rumors and stuff on where the next one's going to be. We really don't know anything. All I can pretty much say is I don't think it'll be next year, because I think they're going to try to do it probably every 4 months to split it up real easy, because it's hard on probably the workers of it, because I know it was hard on me, or I should have said James and I, to just go back to back like that too. So, and there's a bunch of people that all have to do that all the time. So
I'm going to get myself in trouble here. I just want to say, we're bringing Aquaticon to the mix in April 2022. That's one of those things that, if it goes as well as is planned, and there is the turnout from the fish community that we're expecting there will be, that has the potential to be a multi-location, multi-event per year deal. So that would be something that could potentially be brought to some places where, say, Aquachella is not going currently. Potentially. I make no promises whatsoever. Let me clarify that. But, a goal would be to take something like that and turn it into an event that can get some locations for people that don't get to go to anything else. So we'll see. The better it goes, the more likely it is it's going to go better in more places.
For sure. That's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that does really well, because I think it's going to be great. I made this little knob. It's going to go up somewhere just to kind of, there's lots of little gadgets and stuff on these helmets. Lots of little thick twists and turns. So I'm going to put that up there somewhere and paint that in.
So we've had some questions about it. There's nobody scheduled to fill in for Rico, but I believe Ed's going to go longer. We've been going about an hour and 15 minutes now, but I think Ed's going to keep on going so he can knock out some more crafting stuff, though I may have to bid you all a fond farewell, since I do have that 7 a.m. meeting regarding Aquaticon.
Well, I don't think I will go much longer, because I've got to find my green stuff. If I had my green stuff close by, then it wouldn't be a problem, but I need to find it. So I'm kind of at a standstill, because I don't want to start painting this stuff and not have have it finished. When I start painting it, I want to make sure it's ready. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now, Monica Lynn did say, Chattanooga Ed, can you use a caulking tool to smooth it on your helmet seal?
Yeah, it's just this glue is so sticky. I was trying to do kind of different things, but it gets so sticky. I can't really do a good smooth push in with it. So that's why I was going to do the green stuff and then fill it in. And I'm gonna do that off camera, and maybe someday I'll use it again for you guys to see. But I don't mind some of the bumps either, because it looks like welds.
Right, absolutely.
And I like welds, so I don't mind a lot of it. But I want it to be a little more polished on these domes.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's go 5 more minutes and then we'll call it a night. Guys, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with James and I. And we got a little bit done. I guess I wish I could get a good light on it for you guys. I don't know if you can see it very well.
Fishy Bill's in the chat talking about it. I mentioned it in my stream as well. Fishroom fever coming soon to the hot spot on Fishy Biz Aquatics channel. I'm looking forward to that, my friend.
Yeah, Fishy Biz is a lot of fun.
He is.
You got to show up on with your A game when you go on his stream.
I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous. I know he's going to have those hard-hitting questions.
And is that Monday night?
That is. I don't know that we're going to be doing it this week. I'm fine with it this week if that's when we're doing it. But he's going to email me. We're going to get the details worked out. Then we got to promote the thing, all that wonderful stuff.
I was hoping it was this week. It'd be funny if I showed up to his house.
That would be. That would be.
I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in St. Louis. I might be running the whole time. I haven't told any of my friends I'm coming out. I think I'm just going to probably hang out with my brother and his wife most of the time.
Sounds like it's going to be a fun time. You need a bit of a break.
Well, I would like to have a break at home.
See, Fishy Biz booted me for Brett Raymer. The nerve, man. How are you going to boot me for somebody, as small as Brett? I'm a superstar. No, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding. I understand completely. He offered to come on as well, so I'm looking forward to having him on, and I'm glad that he got that you got him to come on your show because that's going to be fun too.
What would be funny is if he had me in the corner and I just came on. Oh, I never did a stream with him, as with me as the producer. I was going to say it'd be funny if he thought that I was Fishy Biz's producer guy.
Absolutely.
Oh, well.
Fishy Biz says, did not boot you. No, you're good. I'm giving you a hard time. We never made a solid plan. I just said I was available whenever.
And we got to eat with Fishy Biz at Whataburger.
We did.
And that was pretty good. Is that the first time you ever ate there, James?
That was. I'm going to go with John on that and say it's not like this, oh my God, experience. It was a good burger, but it wasn't anything special. It's not something I'm flying out there for. We've got a business called Pals, Pals, that does burgers here in Tennessee. I think the closest one is about 45 minutes from me. That is worth the drive. Their burger is the best burger I have ever had. Fast food, non-fast food, doesn't matter. They make the best burger I've ever had. It wasn't a Pals. And it was a good burger, but it just wasn't something that was like mind-blowing.
The cinnamon roll was awesome. I wish I would have just bought 4 cinnamon rolls.
Absolutely. Yeah, that probably would have been my best bet.
It was good. But guys,
I guess.
Thank you so much for the super chats. I don't know, James, are you able to be able to see who gave super chats one last time to say thank you one more time?
I am not, because I'm simply a viewer. I'm not actually logged in as you on YouTube, so I don't have that studio feed.
Well, I apologize, guys. I don't know how to do it, but we'll figure it out. Thank you so much for all the super chats, guys. That was amazing. Thank you, mods, for being amazing. And thank you, everybody, for just hanging out and having a fun time, because that's what I do it for, man. I do it just to have a good time, and it's cool. Oh, there's James again. You know what? I've been staring at James's little picture at the bottom thinking he was up there the whole time.
I've been hiding. I've been showing you off, buddy, full screen.
Now, did I do that photo or did you do that photo?
Behind us, you did that.
Okay, that's the Mall of America.
Very nice.
Yep. But, okay, guys, well, I think we'll see you tomorrow on at Lefty. I haven't talked to Lefty to see if he's doing the show yet. But if he does, I'll be on Lefty's show tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing on Saturday. I'm sure if we don't do something, Rico will. And we'll catch you in the next one. And do you need me to hit the off button?
I got it. I already got the finger on the trigger there. I do want to say we will be doing the members only live stream this Saturday. I'll get that scheduled tomorrow so you all have a bit of a heads up on that and are aware of what time it's going to be. Looking forward to that. And we're going to do some open panel stuff and let members come up and we can hang out and talk on there. Talk fishy stuff, talk YouTube stuff, all that fun stuff. Ed, thank you for having me on. All the moderators, a huge thank you to everybody putting in that work. Everybody that hit the thumbs up for my buddy Chattanooga Ed.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.